Hello, 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 hello. How y'all doing? I'm super excited to be with you today. We are going to have us a good old time, good old time. I'm going to wait till some of y'all have a chance to log on. I'm excited. Come on in. Come on in. Once you come in, give us your name and tell me where you are tuning in from. Welcome to the Dr. Kiki Ramsey Show, where I help you do what you love and absolutely love what you do. And I'm excited for this topic for today's show because it's still Women's History Month, y'all. And I am still celebrating. I hope that you are as well, still celebrating because we get 1 month out of the year, honey. And listen, I know how to celebrate, okay? And so we've been celebrating all month long with different topics that are very specific to women. And so today is no different. We are going to be diving into 5 things every woman leader must know. And so I am excited about what this topic brings because I literally had to narrow this thing down. Like, seriously, I had to narrow it down. There's so many things I think we should know. But we're going to hop into that right after this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like I said, if you are joining me, go ahead and put your comment in the chat. Tell me where you are, telling me where you're tuning in from. And so, as I said, we are still celebrating Women's History Month. We have about 1 more week, but on next Friday, we'll be moving into our next month. And so I'm super excited. So when I was thinking about what today's show should be, this just really popped to my mind. 5 things every women leader should know. Let me first of all preface and say we're all leaders. Every last one of us are leaders. And I really think that a lot of times we get leadership confused in terms of the definition. If you are a woman who has a household, children, spouse, all of that, you're leading. You're leading in your family. I know I lead my family, I lead my children, my husband, all of that every single day. But also, if you are a woman in an organization who is doing amazing work, you're still a leader. It doesn't necessarily have to be a manager to lead. You can step up in any meeting, you can take charge in a lot of the projects that you do, and you're still considered a leader. I think a lot of times we don't think that we're leaders, and so we shy back from all the power that we might have within our organizations and even our family. But yet and still, you can be a leader. You are a leader. And I wanted to get that definition out there. A leader is just a person who takes initiative to get stuff done. Okay. It's a person who takes initiative to get ish done. And I know you We are live and we have some technical difficulties, and that's just the way life really does work out, especially when you are coming live. And so this lets y'all know that I'm not just saying I'm live. I'm actually live here in full effect, and we all have technical difficulties. And so I want to welcome you back if you were here with me just a second ago, but I'm so glad we hadn't even really gotten deep into it. And so we're going to get deep into it right now. And so we're talking about 5 things women who lead must know, right? And when I was thinking about these 5 things, I thought about the fact that, I thought about the fact that my technical help, my AKA husband, was telling me that we were good to go. I was thinking about some things that I wish I knew when I mean, even first got into leadership or first considered myself a leader. I was thinking about some of those things, and these are some of the 5 that I had to actually, narrow down. Thank you, Iris. It's all good. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love, right? Because we all have difficulties in life, right? We just gotta roll with the punches when they happen for us. And so when I was thinking about this topic in particular, I'm like, what are some things I wish I knew? Right? Even now, what are some things that I want to be reminded of in my leadership journey? Because sometimes things do get difficult and we need to be reminded of how amazing we are, how awesome we are, all of those just good things about ourselves and our own leadership. And so when I was thinking about these, this is what I was thinking about. This is how I primed and I framed this conversation. And this is how I want you to prime and frame the conversation for yourself as it pertains to these things. And as a CEO of 2 companies, Kiki Ramsey International, where I do keynote speeches all over the country, and then also the Positive Psychology Coaching and Diversity Institute, aka PCADI, where we do leadership and DE&I coaching for companies across the US and beyond. This excites me as I think about my own career and my own journey as a leader and all the things that I had to learn and all the things that I am still learning, because you do know, as a woman in leadership, we are forever learning. Let me say it again. We are forever and consistently learning. I wake up every single day. I learn something new every day almost, because I'm sometimes in territory that I've never been before. So I really want to jump into these for you. So the first thing that I wrote down was, you must ask for what you want. Let me say it again. You must ask for what you want. I wish back in the day somebody really, I think people did tell me this, but I never truly embodied this until I became a CEO and had to really put myself out on the line and ask for what I needed and what I wanted out here in this world, right? And what do I mean by that? Everything from money to the help that you need to be the most awesome and amazing person. You have got to ask for what you want. I have coached so many women in leadership who are absolutely scared to ask for what they're worth, right? As it pertains to money. You are amazing and you are worthy to be paid for your skills and your abilities. Let me say it again. You are amazing and worthy to be paid for your skills and your ability. Why? Because that's just the way it is. I was actually having a conversation with a client the other day, and I think there are some very nuanced differences between men and women when it comes to asking for what you want. And so I was having a conversation, and she was going up for a promotion, and the promotion, she was dealing with her organization who was saying one thing, and she was asking for another because it was based on her worth, right? And she knew what she was entitled to. And they had ended up giving her the raise, but didn't even tell her that they had given her the actual raise. And she was like, I don't know why they wouldn't just tell me. Why did I have to find out when I see, when I get paid and I see that the raise is here? And she's like, I would have, maybe not asked so much. I didn't want to seem like I was greedy. And I was like, stop. I said, stop it. Why is it that we as women think that when we ask for what we're worth or for what we want, it's considered being greedy? But yet, this is not even really conversations that I have with my male clients. Being greedy is not a conversation. It's not something that actually even comes out of my male clients' mouths. Why? I don't know. Maybe men know their worth and they're not scared to ask for it. And so I'm saying this to you as women who are amazing at what you do. You're out here, you're leading on a very, very high level. Please, if you do nothing else, ask for what you want and for what you are worth. Now, will you get it all the time? I'm not saying that you will, right? I'm not saying that everyone's going to always, acquiesce to what you ask for. But if you don't ask, then baby, you're definitely not going to get it. I can remember when I was first starting off doing keynotes and everything, and I knew that I was valuable and that what I had to say was worthy, especially to these different organizations. But I was too scared to ask for what I was worth. And so I would get speaking engagements, but they were not paid at the level to which I produced, right? I was producing way more than what I was paid. And when I began to ask for what I was worth, I still got pushback, but I still got paid more money as well, right? So for me, it's like, if you're going to still do the job, if you're still going to do the job, the great job that you're doing, you might as well go through the trauma or the drama of asking for what you want and for what you're worth, because you're going to get more by doing that. So I hope this is resonating with somebody and everything. So thank you so much. So that's number one. I wish somebody had told me that sooner. I would have been asking a lot sooner, right? So don't be scared. And let me just say this: is you're probably going to be a little nervous. It's okay. Y'all know how I feel about fear. Face everything and rise. That's my definition of fear. Face everything and rise. Rise to the occasion. You're going to be scared. You're going to be fearful. It's going to be challenging, but that doesn't mean you don't ask. Okay. So number two, I love this one because I think that women do this very, very well, but sometimes we can fall back from doing this one. And I want to remind us, seek to serve before being served. Woo! Let me say it again. Seek to serve before being served. I am where I'm at right now with my companies, with my leadership position that I have on various organizations, because I seek to serve. With every last client and every last organization who is considering, patronizing Kiki Ramsey International or PCADDY, I am seeking to serve. Because if you seek to serve, you will be successful, right? Like it's the truth. If you seek to serve, you will be successful. Serving is also, to me, a character building habit, right? When you are serving of others, it builds your character so much more. This is one of the reasons why I love being a missionary. I love giving back. I love volunteering. All of those things is because I love being of service to others. I want to see others succeed so bad. And this all started with me trying to help even my mom when she was living and getting off her drug addiction, I'm like, how can I serve her best so that she can get off of drugs and then move on to her best and the most amazing life? And then I went on to become a social worker in an addictions specialist clinic, right? And I just wanted to serve because I knew that at the end of the day, somebody else's success still equaled my success. But I wasn't doing it just for me to be successful. I was doing it because I hated seeing women suffer, right? I hate seeing women not living up to the full potential that we actually have. And so that is why I put myself in positions to serve every single day. And so even when I'm going out on a keynote or when I'm coaching a leader, my prayer is that I can serve them to the highest of my capability. That is my prayer before every session that I do, is that I can serve. And in doing so, I get so much respect back from the people who I serve because I'm looking to serve first. And I wish somebody would have told me that a long time ago. Because to be honest with you, right? For me, long time ago, y'all, but I'm always going to be transparent with you, right? Because I think that transparency is the best way. Back in the day, it was all about money, right? How much money can I make? Let me, get out here and make these coins and make this money, right? And it was about money, money, money. And until I just got a rude awakening that money wasn't the only thing, I had to change the way that I operated, right? I had to change the way that I operated. When I was operating with money being the only thing, things and opportunities were never really working out for me. And I have to sit back and I was thinking about this, and I'm like, when I was operating out of that spirit, things never seemed to come and manifest like they should. But when I changed and said, you know what? I'm going to do what I love to do, and I'm going to first seek to serve, things literally changed just like that. And now that's all I do is seek to serve. And it makes me feel so much better about my own self and about my worth and me giving back and about the purpose that I've been placed on this earth to do. And so I'm saying to you, ask yourself before any meeting, before any project, all of these things, how can you first serve? Because when you do that, people are going to love you. Like the people who I work with in both of my organizations, like I adore them and they adore me. And it's because I'm first seeking to serve, to see how can I help them first. So that's number 2. Number 3, I didn't put this as number 1, but this one is so important because if you don't do this one, then you're not going to be here to be a leader. Put yourself first. Put yourself and your health. I mean, that's really one thing, but I had to break it out so that we could truly understand. Here's the pushback that I get on this one. A lot of times we're so busy. We have so many things to do. We have so many meetings. We have so many projects. We have all these things. I get it because I do too. No lie. I mean, and you can look at a calendar, a day on my calendar, and it's like back to back to back to back to back. But I had to analyze that, right? I had to analyze and I had to analyze that versus the way that I actually feel in my body. And they were incongruent. I felt like this right here was causing this right here to not feel good. So when I had all these things, 1,000 things on my to-do list and 1,000 things to do, I felt terrible in my body. And when I'm waking up, I don't want to wake up, right? I practice the 5 a.m. club. I just started it like this month, actually, in March. I started over. I used to do it a long time ago, but I started over in March. So when I'm getting up at 5 a.m., I'm feeling like a train wreck, right? And I'm like, something's got to give, right? Something has got to give. And the same is probably true for you. This is what you must know. If you don't put yourself and your health first, you ain't gonna be able to work. What you gonna do then? What you gonna do when you're not able to work? Chances are you got health insurance and short-term disability, maybe long-term disability, but why do you want to use that? Why do you want to push yourself so hard that you have to take some time off? Your blood pressure is high. All of the above, right? Because burnout is truly real. And I've got a whole episode on burnout. So if you haven't seen that episode, go back and watch it because I really go into detail about what this does to you and to your body. But it's burnout. I've had more conversations lately with clients who have health issues who feel like they can't stop, who feels like they can't stop. I even had one client who I said, no, right now, I need you to get out your calendar and pick a day this month that you have to take off. And this day cannot have any other appointments on it. No doctor's appointments, no nothing appointments. It's just a day for you to relax. It's a day that you can go to the spa. You cannot attend any meetings. None of it. You can't do any of that. All you can do is take off. I just told this leader to do this month because it's necessary. Another leader dealing with health issues because they're so stressed out. But the argument is, I can't miss this meeting. I can't miss this. I can't miss that. Well, guess what? When you get sick, you're going to miss it all. Now what you going to do? Now, this is me being who I am. Sometimes Dr. Kiki will give you some tough love because you need it. We as women need it. Sometimes we need to be sat down by somebody who cares about us and our health. So I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Yes, girlfriend. Yes, I'm talking to you. If you are exhausted right now, if you cannot sleep, if you have said to yourself, there's too many meetings on my calendar, I can't take a day off. If your body feels funny, you've been dealing with something, some kind of pain that hurts you, and you haven't taken time off to even get that checked out, I am talking to you. Take a day off immediately, ASAP. Give me some hearts, some loves. Yes, thank you. I see y'all. Absolutely. Because it's either you or the job. We love the job and we want you to be able to do the job. But if you don't take care of yourself and put yourself first, then you're not going to be able to do the job. So that's just a little bit of tough love for you, because I wish somebody had told me, because I would go. And then I end up getting bronchitis. And my bronchitis manifests in a cough that lasts me for months. I mean, like, no lie, at least a half a year. How would you like to be coughing for 6 months straight and there's no medicine that makes it go away? I said, I got to start taking care of myself way better. Getting in the bed on time, all of that. This week, I even have a challenge for myself that I need to get in the bed at least by 9 o'clock every single night of this week. Have I done so? Last night, I got in the bed like at 8 because I was tired, right? So I've been doing pretty good this week. What about you? All right. Number 4. Doing what you love leads to workplace happiness. Y'all know that's my saying, right? Do what you love and love what you do. Here's the thing. If you hate your job, chances are you're not happy. Period. Right? And I honestly believe that This is one of the real reasons, in all of the research that I've been doing on this, the great resignation, is that people don't like their jobs, therefore they don't find purpose in what they're doing. And so you need to find some kind of happiness in what you're doing and some kind of fun. I can remember, so because I'm the CEO of two companies, I have a lot going on. But there were some things happening in one of my companies that was out of my control for the most part, and it caused me a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear and a lot of like, oh my God, I should have known this. Like, how can I move forward and all of that, right? In the organization. And I had a lot of tears, a lot of crying, all of those things. And then it started not to being fun anymore. And I sit back, and a lot of times I'll analyze what's going on in my day to day and in the business, because I have to think strategically in terms of where I'm trying to take the organization. And I realized that it wasn't fun anymore. And I'm like, when did that happen? Because one of our core values, our core organizational values is fun. I believe in having fun. I believe in, yes, you work hard, but you absolutely play hard. I mean, even next week, the Dr. Kiki Ramsey show is going to be coming to you from Panama City Beach, baby, because it's spring break for my daughter. And I want to make sure that we have some fun, right? I can't just work, work, work and not have fun. And I was like, this is not fun anymore. And then I said, I need to change that, because I absolutely love what I do. And I need to change it so that it then now still becomes fun. And I did just that. I took some days off. I moved forward on some things and some decisions that I was still scared about, but they ended up turning out fine. And I'm like, you know what? It ain't the end of the world. None of it's the end of the world. I'm still living. I still get to wake up every single day and do this amazing thing, coaching, speaking, all of that. So therefore, I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. So I say to you is, doing what you love leads to happiness. And if you're not doing what you love, you need to figure that out. Seriously, you need to figure that out. And I know some of you are listening to the sound of my voice and you're like, well, Kiki, I can't quit my job. Really? And I'm not telling you to quit your job. What I'm trying to do is, there's a lot of different opportunities in organizations than maybe the job that you're doing, right? But you might have not even thought about that because you're so focused on the fact that you're in this box right here. And there's no way you can move outside the box, because if you did, then you'd be judged and all these things, and it'd be hard. Probably all those things will happen. But yet and still, your happiness might be over here versus right here. There's different options. This is why I love coaching, because I can share with my clients how there's different options to what you do right now. Everything don't have to end in quitting. Some of it do. But you do need to make some decisions. And I believe that finding something and doing something that you love really makes a difference in the overall quality of your life and your happiness. I truly believe that. And that's why I talk about, and on this show, this is why I'm really talking to professional women, professional people, because I really want you to be able to live the life that you were meant to live, because we were all meant to live an amazing life. So, all right. And number 5, challenges only make you stronger. And I know this might sound so cliche. Oh my gosh, I know it does. But it's the truth though, right? Like, I literally know that all the challenges that I've gone through have made me stronger. But I wish that I had known this sooner. Here's why I wish this. Because most of us will face challenges and we will retreat, and we will stop taking risk, and we don't step outside of our comfort zones because we think that we're going to face all these challenges. Well, they only make you stronger in the long run. I know that even the situation that happened in my organization, that made me a better CEO. That made me a better financier of my organization. All these things have made me better. But in the moment, you don't feel like it. In the moment, you feel like, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. I'm about to get fired. All these things. Chances are none of that's happening. That's like the worst case scenario. None of it's happening, but it makes us stronger. If somebody told me to anticipate challenge, just anticipate it and understand that you will get through it, I would have been much, much better. Because what we do is we see a challenge and we fear that it's going to be hard. We see an assignment or a project or whatever, and we're like, it's going to be difficult. So therefore, we retreat and we either fight against the fact that it's going to be hard, or we turn the other way and do something completely different because that thing was hard. My son once asked me, what advice would you give the younger you or the younger me in 3 words? I think it was 3 words. I think it was 3 or 4 words. So what advice would you give a college student when you were, right now, if you knew what you knew then? I said, do hard things now. Do hard things now. That's 4 words. What do I mean by that? If you're in college and your major gets difficult and you change to a different major that's quote unquote easier, and then later on in life you're like, I should have stayed with that thing. You probably should have. And even though it was hard, rip the Band-Aid off and do the hard things now, because the truth is, to get to where you want to go, you can't skip steps. Woo, I'm preaching. I'm preaching. You can't skip steps. Like, you might want to skip steps, but you can't. Because I literally have still had to go through all the steps. Now, let me tell you, the time that I spend in each step might still be short, but you can't skip over a whole bunch of steps and get to the promised land when you ain't learned all the things that you need to learn by going through the steps. So the things are going to be hard. But on the other side of that hard, you become so strong. You literally become so much stronger. I have become so much stronger. And I've seen so many women become so much stronger by the things that they are put through. And on the other end, they can then even reach back and help somebody else because they done been through the thing. So anticipate that some things are going to be very, very difficult. But resolve that you're going to make it through no matter what. And you're going to keep pushing. You're going to keep pushing. You're going to make it through. You're going to keep pushing. And as you do that, you'll start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So these are the things that I wish I had known. These are the things that I think that as a leader, you must know. So I'm going to recap for you. Number 1, you must ask for what you want and for what you're worth. Number 2, seek to serve before being served. Number 3, put yourself and your health first. Please do this. If you don't do nothing else, do this one. Number 4, doing what you love leads to workplace happiness. Find your true happiness. Find what you love to do. And number 5, challenges only make you stronger. Go ahead and anticipate them things happening because they're going to happen. But at the end of the day, they are going to make you stronger. So thank y'all so much for joining me today on the Dr. Kiki Ramsey Show. I get so much joy from being here with you every single week. You can feel free to send me all of your questions. Chances are you're watching me on social media. So You know where to find me. So send me all of your questions, your comments, your responses. I love to hear from you. And of course, if there is a woman who needs to hear these 5 things, forward this on to them. Share the love, be of service to somebody else, right? Because somebody else is probably looking and needing to hear a message of positivity in what they do in their life today. As always, I'm Dr. Kiki Ramsey, and I'm empowering you to do what you love, y'all, and love what you do.